Hi guys, been talking about tips about ketogenic and fat adaptive diets. My name's Julian Thornton from the Fat Adapter and my Keto Kitchen, and we've gone through about 8 videos I think now. And the tips are pretty straightforward. It's really simple. Hopefully if you've watched all these by now, you're getting the gist of it. Get rid of sugar, get rid of gluten, wheat products, intermittent fasting, so 18-hour fast, 6-hour window for eating. I haven't mentioned drinking plenty of water. It's pretty important. You do get thirsty doing this, so you'll just do it anyway. So sugar, wheat products, intermittent fasting, increase good fat to like 75-80% of your daily intake. That's a lot, right? And there's a few little tips I've got about how you do that without, just eating lots of fat, or feel like you've eaten lots of fat and it's all there, you don't want that. So there are a few little tips on that, which I might cover in the next video if you like. Then the big controversial one is eating more than your metabolic rate. So my metabolic rate is 1,800 calories a day at the moment. I'm eating 2,200 to 2,500 calories a day, and if I get hungry, I snack on avocadoes and nuts and olives and things like that, right? Which is what I was avoiding before this. Quite amazing. Then we talked about the chronometer app, blood glucose readings, being accountable and measuring things, because it's very motivational when you do that, because you're keeping track of what you're doing, and it's important that you do that, so you're building this into your lifestyle, your daily routine, and it just becomes second nature and it's not a chore. Okay. Then what did we talk about last time? I can't even remember, but I'm shooting these videos all in a row, and short-term memory hasn't quite kicked in yet, so hopefully the fat adaptive diet will do some justice there. Anyway, what I wanted to talk to you about today is, it's pretty personal, because when you hit your 40s and your 50s, you might have gone through a divorce, a business bankruptcy or something, or some sort of illness, something really stressful, and often that triggers things to make you want to eat, drink, take drugs, whatever it is, whatever your vice is or your weak point. And for me, probably eating more than I should, and definitely drinking. I've got a real soft spot for red wine, and I went through my divorce in 2006-07, and I didn't handle it very well at all for at least 4 or 5 years. I really have struggled, and I think I'm just really getting over it now. Like I think in all honesty, I'm right now, I feel like I'm going through this transformation, and it's leaving the past behind, which is terrific, because over the past 10-15 years, every person that I've been in touch with, any relationship, they've called me fat, they've put me down about my weight every time, every single one. Family, friends have all commented on it. I've been told I've got no willpower. I've had strangers call me a fat. Leave your imagination to that one. And just being made to feel really bad about myself. And then you look at yourself in the mirror or window, and you're walking down the street, and it reconfirms in your mind that you're no good, you're useless, you're just fat and useless. So, it compounds the problem, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. And then, you might have a bit of a good period where you're just going out and doing your best to smash it at the gym, and you go to a dietitian, they say eat 6 meals a day in little portions, and you measure it all out and stick it in your Tupperware every day, and you take it with you to work or wherever you're going to be, and it's like a military operation trying to get it done. It's a pain in the ass. You can't sustain that at all. Well, I couldn't. And I was getting up at 5:30 in the morning doing an hour's circuit class, and I was just wrecked for the rest of the day. And then over the course of the week, I'm so sore I can't get in and out of the car without screaming in agony. And last time I did that was 5 years ago, and I did that for an extended period of 4 months. And sure, I looked better, but holy cow, I couldn't get below 100 kilos. I just couldn't get below it. And And that's part of the problem that you need to understand is your body adjusts. It just is so intelligent, and you've got to outfox it. You've got to train it, reprogram it to burn the fat, and that's what this fat adapted diet does, and intermittent fasting, and reducing your blood glucose, reducing your insulin in your blood, so that you're burning fat. So we're retraining our body to do that, and my results speak for itself. And for the right kind of person, I think this is absolutely a great solution. I don't think it's for absolutely everybody, because everybody's metabolic rates are different, and backgrounds and whatever. So I mean, like a type 1 diabetic, for example, or someone on medications, like, please go and see a physician if you've got anything like that. I see people talking about hyperparathyroidism and other conditions, and it's like, well, go to your doctor. Like, if you're going to change your diet, whether it's this or something else, like, go to your doctor. Don't ask someone like me. I'm not a licensed physician. So anyway, the thing I really wanted to get across to you is, if you're feeling like people are putting you down, you're not feeling good about yourself, I totally get that. And maybe what I've just explained resonates with you. And you may not have a girlfriend, you may go through a divorce or whatever. I mean, think about me. I mean, for 4 years I didn't have a girlfriend, and I just felt like crap. I looked terrible, and I'm not saying that I look amazing now, but I'm definitely going in the right direction. And I think the thing is, I've got control back, so I'm extremely relieved about that. Very happy about it, obviously, and I'm going to make sure that the work continues. And I'm feeling very confident about this, because it is sustainable. I'm not feeling like, I can't do it. And in the last video, God, finally remembered. How could I forget the last video? The last video was about how I lost 7 kilos in 3 days. It was incredible. So, to get those sorts of results by eating more fat and train the body to burn fat, then fasting, then bang, you lose a really big chunk of weight. It's not water. It's definitely not water. I'm fitting into clothes. I feel like I'm being shrink wrapped down. So I'm going to be super interested to have a look at the photos of me a few months back when I was in Bali with Chris and the guys at this 3-day event that we had, where it totally opened my mind to all this. And there's so much more to this than just eating more fat. It's all about your hormones, okay? And I always felt that this was a bit of a problem for me, because I've only got one kidney, right? So I've only got one renal gland. My kidney's expanded into like 2-3 times the size, and it's doing the work of 2 kidneys, because the normal person has 2 kidneys. It's bound to affect my hormones. And my urologists have never, ever entertained a discussion about this. They don't want to know. Oh, bad luck, your kidney's going to last for 10 years. That's what they told me 2 years ago when I had this operation to remove the ureter from, it's a bit of a messy story, but had my kidney removed when I was 7. When they take out the kidneys, they normally leave the ureter, which is the tube that goes from the kidney down to the bladder. And they left that inside me. And there was a sac at the end of the tube coming away from the bladder. So this sac obviously had some sort of debris in it. So some sort of something anyway, which got infected, and it just turned to this big abscess. It's a pretty horrible thought. It was a 7 centimeter by 4 centimeter sac of pus. Ugh. And I was getting milky urine and blood, and for years, and I was sort of freaking out, And eventually this urologist worked it out. I had a 5-hour operation. They removed the ureter and this sac of pus, and fixed up other things down there in my bladder, and cleaned me up. And and the doctor's basically saying, oh well, your other kidney's probably going to last 10 years. Bullshit. It's going to last longer than that. I'm going to look after it and make sure that it lasts longer. And fasting is something that I know can help that, because it stimulates stem cell regeneration, and the studies out there that say that in human growth hormone. So there are lots of benefits of fasting other than losing weight. Okay, this is all about healthy balance, and that's what I'm moving to. So if you've been struggling to lose weight and feel out of control with it, and you binge eat and you have lots of cravings and that kind of thing. And I haven't touched on cravings. I don't have cravings anymore. I choose to eat and drink what I want if I feel like it. So if I'm out with mates at the barbecue, I'll choose to eat what I want, and I'll eat a bit more meat than normal. I don't really eat bread at all. Having said that, on the weekend I'm going to get some baguettes and celebrate where I'm at. Have a couple of glasses of wine and enjoy the football finals on down here, the Australian rules football here in Australia. So I'm going to celebrate a bit this weekend, and I deserve it. 5-day fast, holy crap, which is about to end in a couple of hours. It's going to be good. So although I don't actually feel that hungry, it's weird. So we'll talk more about the fasting in future videos, but the point I wanted to make here is, if you've been having people put you down and you feel bad about yourself, you can absolutely change that without having to bust your gut in the gym. The training's going to come in the next month. I'm going to start the training, and I'm going to be fastidious about it and really get the best result I can for the 1-year reunion in June. But I don't want to be like, all these massive, like even Chris. I mean, Chris is incredible what he did in 16 weeks. He went from probably worse than me down to just looking like a flipping Adonis, right? Absolutely amazing transformation. That's great for someone like Chris, but I think for most of us that's not going to happen. And so I'm not looking for you to get this incredible result where you get ripped and all the rest of it, because I think that's like almost obsessive behaviour. And if you're like that, well, fine, great. It's better that you do that than just stay like this, right? So what I really want to get across is just having it being real, that it's achievable, that you don't have to, get up at 5 in the morning and go into an hour's circuit training. If you hate that sort of thing, you're not going to have to be in agony from injuries from working out too hard and going too hard too soon, that kind of thing. And we're never going to do that. I've learnt about the training with Chris. It's 3 sessions of 20 to 30 minutes a week, and it's intensive, but it's only 3 sessions, and you're in and out fast. It's all about minimum dose, maximum result. So I'm just easing my way into this, because I know that once I get under 100 kilos, it's a hell of a lot easier to exercise with 25, 30 kilos less than what you had before, right? If you're 300 kilos and all the rest of it, you've got to start walking, you've got to do something, you've got to move. Really important that you start doing that. And I do go for walks as much as I can, not every day, but probably 3 times a week. I'll go for an extended walk for half an hour, not 2 hours, only half an hour. So it's all pretty easy, right? So I'm not asking you to do anything that's way out of your comfort zone here. The fasting, that's a bit of a challenge, and a lot of people think it's unhealthy and all that sort of stuff. Rubbish, that's absolute bullshit. So, it's going to be really satisfying, with my brothers and my family and ex-girlfriends and whatever, to just say, hey, it wasn't my fault, and I've changed the way that I am, and I'm healthy, and I'm feeling really good about myself, and nothing better to just be able to do that. And you sit back and remember what people used to say to you. It's disgusting what people say to you. You really do get discriminated against and treated like an absolute idiot. And it's horrible. But more importantly, it's bad for your health. Like your quality of life goes down if you're seriously obese. And I'm not even at the heaviest, I wasn't like really, really obese. I mean, I was obese for sure, but like it wasn't like I was 180 kilos or 220 kilos or 400 pounds, whatever. But if you're at that level, this you can definitely fix this, and do it pretty easily. And the heavier you are, the faster you'll lose, for sure. And I've got a sneaky feeling that you're not going to get the saggy skin from doing this either, because you've got high fat. I think it just sort of shrink wraps down. It definitely feels different for me. It's not like when I full on exercise. you're losing your face and your legs and your bum and everything, but not off your gut. This is like everything's just sort of gradually coming in. It's fantastic. Anyway, I've been rabbiting on for 15 minutes. I think it's time to stop, but it was really important to talk to you about how I've been feeling the last 20 years of my life, and now I've got control. I've been out of control, now I've got control. So if you like this video, give us a like, write a comment about where you're at right now, what you want to achieve, and how you want me to help you, and I'll do whatever I can to help. Okay, thanks. See you next video tomorrow. Bye.